Welcome everybody to 90 Day Fiance Fridays on a Monday night so we could talk about the Hunt for Love finale. What's good?
What's up,
W-
guys?
What's up?
We made it through. We made it through the end of the Hunt for Love, 12 episodes. Um, it's very predictable, right? Like I feel like if I had to describe it in one word, it was predictable.
I just felt like, yeah, it wasn't like the climax wasn't like a good climax, if you will.
Well, we knew that Chantel was gonna be a lesbian in the end. We knew that. It was pretty much a given that Tim was not gonna leave with anyone. Right?
Mhm.
Like we knew that. Like nothing surprised me.
Yeah, we knew we knew Colty was gonna rehab at Courtney's house.
I guess the only thing that kind of caught me a little off guard was when Jenn picked Cole over Rob. I wasn't like that. It makes sense because she said in the very, very beginning she wanted to bang Rob and marry Cole. So I guess I shouldn't have been surprised. But in the end, that was the only thing that caught me off guard. I was like, oh, I thought she would have picked Rob because Rob has more clout in the 90 Day franchise and then she could get back on the show again with Rob. But I don't know. I was a little shocked by that.
Yeah, I was a little surprised, but like I guess it makes sense in the sense of she's doing like public appearances with Cole, like present day, so I guess they're still tight.
Well, yeah, they did like the Love Island where if you end as a couple, you get to do appearances and make money together.
Mhm.
So that's probably how it works. But Jen doesn't live in the United States because if you looked at the tell-all, she was on
Mhm.
the screen. She didn't come back here for the tell-all, which I thought was really weird. Like, why wouldn't if she could fly to Mexico, why wouldn't she fly back to do the tell-all in person?
Well, tell I was in New York, right?
Well, do you think it's
Yeah.
easier for her to get to Mexico than to New York?
Yeah.
I don't know how passports or visas work. I mean, I know how passports work. I don't know how visas work. So
This
maybe,
this day and age, in this administration, everything is like way more strict, I think. But I have seen her, all over America recently, so she must.
oh, right. That's what was weird to me. I was like, they would pay her to film that. So why wouldn't you come get a free trip to New York? Who doesn't like a free trip to New York, you know?
I'm assuming she's on like a tourist visa when she's like in New York or wherever she is these days. But yeah, and for whatever reason, she wasn't all over America, which she has been recently. So I don't know.
And that was the only thing that caught me off guard because I knew Usman was not going to be in the studio because Usman has been trying relentlessly to get a visa to the United States and he has not been able to get one. I think the only thing he was been able to get was a visa to the United Kingdom. He's able to get into Turkey. He's been able to get into Mexico, but like you said, the current administration, they're making it really, really difficult for people, especially from Nigeria, to come over here. They're making it harder and harder. So I knew he wasn't going to be in the studio. Oh, and the other thing that was kind of interesting, I forgot to mention, was when Carlo realized that he wasn't going to get picked by Tiffany, he then tried to
The 180.
yeah, pull a 180 and get with Elise after he said that she was a mistake that he made multiple times and he didn't want anything to do with her. And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, after you tell somebody to their face that they're a mistake and you wish that you never touched them, I don't really know if you can come back for that from that. But the fact that Elise even gave him the opportunity to even speak to her and consider it shows that she's always going to be somebody's sloppy thirds. Like she doesn't have that
Yeah, she's like an empty vessel.
yes, right. She looks at it as at least someone picked me. Being picked doesn't necessarily it's not a good thing all the time, right?
Mhm.
Like just because somebody picks you doesn't mean it's a good thing. And I think that she's like at that point where she's like no one's gonna love me at all. So if someone picks me at all, I just have to deal with it. And however they treat me, I have
Mhm.
to deal with however bad that treatment is. Kind of like what Tim was saying tonight, was Tim was like, he went out with May and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and break up with you, even though things are going well, because I don't think I'm your type.
Mhm.
I was like, how are you breaking up with yourself? She was like, well, I'm not even into Rob. He's like, yeah, you're into Rob. So we should just not be together. And I was
Mhm.
like, you're cock blocking your own cock. I was like, this is the type of shit that you can't fix. Because he was like, yeah, this is just the story of my life. No one ever wants to be with me. And I was like, or you break up with them before they even decide if they want to be with you or not.
Let me back up a little. Were you surprised when like Tiffany chose Rocky over Carlo?
No, I feel like Tiffany wanted to hurt Carlo as much as possible for what he did to her. So
Mhm.
I do think that Rocky was a pun in that process.
A pawn?
Yeah, like she used him as a chess piece.
Yeah.
Like she wanted to, like the way that she destroyed Carlo when he came to tell her, she wasn't done. And I feel like this was the last piece of the puzzle. She wanted to show him, you know how there's that saying where people are like, you have to show people that they really don't mean nothing to you by really showing them they mean nothing to you. I feel like she needed to show Carlo, you really don't mean anything to me. And she used Rocky to do that. Because she did lead him on a little bit on this last episode where she made it seem like there was a possibility that she
Mhm.
would continue to entertain him. That was all bullshit. She knew at the end that she was gonna not choose him, but I think Rocky getting jealous and kind of showing up on the yacht made that plan kind of fall into her lap. She was like, "Oh, well, I'm not gonna pick Carlo, but I can pick Rocky, and that's gonna hurt him even more. That's like a stab to the heart." So she was like, "This is perfect."
Yeah, but it felt like while she likes Rocky and on like a small level, it just felt like she used Rocky as just ammo to hurt Carlo. Like I don't think she actually is like in love with Rocky in any level. It was just more
Oh,
of
no, hell no, hell no. I mean, no offense, but yeah, that I don't think that they have any future outside of this. Like, I don't think any relationship is gonna. I think he was in the right place at the right time, and he was perfect to backstab Carlo, right? Like she built him up. She's like, yeah, I'm really hurt by what you did, but I do think our connection is strong. She was building him up to knock him down, and I think that Rocky was like the bat that she used to knock him out of the park.
It was just to spite him, that's all.
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, and sometimes you got to do that. You have to show people that they can't treat you any type of way. And I think that she wanted to make sure it was very clear, in the end that Carlo understood that you fucked with the wrong one. And I think she did that.
Yeah, and then I'm sorry not to backtrack on Tim. It's funny though, he had a date plan with May to do yoga and then he hurt his back apparently and he was unable to do the yoga date is on top of not being confident enough.
Yeah. What was he doing that he hurt his back? That's what I'm thinking. Because I've never seen Tim do anything strenuous.
Mhm.
So I was like, what exactly were you doing to hurt your back? And did it involve Cole? I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
well, that's a joke I was about to
Well,
say.
yeah, I was like, what are you doing? Did Cole blow your back out the night before? Guys, this is all in good fun. This is all in good fun, but I'm just saying, like, what were you doing? Because I ain't never seen you do nothing strenuous.
Yeah, they're doing the downward dog Spirit Airlines style.
Oh, Cole's favorite position, right? The one that they demonstrated for the class.
Yeah, but
Well, not to take Tim's side, but sometimes if I sleep funky, that it's game over for a week.
true.
Well, okay, I will say if I sleep on my neck wrong,
Mm.
I'm like in pain for like days. So that is a thing. Like I did sleep on my neck wrong before, and I was walking around with my neck crooked, and I looked like I had just gotten into a horrible car accident because I literally couldn't hold my neck up. That is the thing. Because people were like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, do I look okay? Like my neck is crooked.
Yeah, but
Then
yeah,
I
I
have to
agree.
side with Tim all the way. But old people, and if we sleep funky, then that's it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. So Tim has a defeatist attitude. And then remember when like Carlo and Tiffany were talking on the finale night, and then the ceremony, and then Tim comes by and he's like, "Are you okay?" Just to make sure he needs a cock block or not.
wait, who did he say that to? To Carlo?
No, well, it was when Tiffany was talking to Carlo, and then Tim comes by and he's like, "Are you okay?" To make sure that Tiffany's okay. He said that to Tiffany.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I did see that. Yeah. And then I think Tim alluded somewhere along the lines of like Tiffany, or no, Tiffany said Tim needs a friend like me or whatever. And I think that's where this Tim and Tiffany hangout thing came from because she was like, oh, Tim needs somebody to really build him up. He needs somebody like me in his life. And I think that's where them hanging out all the time came from.
Yeah, because it's like promo shtick.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people that fell for the joke that they were dating, y'all got to do better. Pay better attention and read the room better, guys. Like for real. Don't be falling for the easy stuff.
And then yeah, and then that person you like quote retweeted, there was like, oh my God, Sookie's gonna be the tell-all host. And it's like, hello, dipshit. We said that months ago.
Yeah, I definitely had to drag them a little bit because I was like, you clearly don't listen to 90 Day Fiance Fridays. Because if you did, you would know that Suki is the host of this tell-all and possibly future tell-alls, depending on how she does. But I was like, this was announced like 3 months ago. So I was like, if you're not listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays, you're gonna need to start. If you really want to
But the preview with her looked pretty good. I was just like, oh, okay, okay.
she seems a little more messy and involved.
I
Mhm.
like messy.
Yes, she definitely seemed messy because she was asking a question. I can't remember. I think it was between Cole and Jenn and somebody, and she was like, "Well, you don't even have to say it because I got the
We
clip.
have the clip.
I got the clip."
Yes.
Oh yeah, so they're gonna show the clip of like Jen banging Rob, right?
Yes, yes, and I guess that because they had lied about that all season, and I'm
Yeah.
assuming that Cole was believing that they never banged. That's what
Mhm.
I'm assuming. I don't know, and I think that Suki's like, well, let me just play the clip. Let me just play the clip because him and Jen and the raccoon all banged. Okay,
Mhm.
let me just play the clip. I'll show you, and then you can decide how you feel after that. That's the type of messy I want at the tell-all.
You know that's
Hmm.
really good. Yeah, and I doubt Jen ever admitted to Cole that.
Hell no. Hell no. Cole was so jealous of Rob. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of was funny to watch Cole get picked in the end because Cole in his mind thought that he won.
Mhm.
Because he was like, oh, I'm the bigger man, I'm the better person for her. And I was like, she already banged Rob in like 6 different positions, dude. This is not a prize. You didn't win, right? Like, you're just somebody that she can manipulate easier than Rob. So Rob would have been more work for her. So you're gonna be easier. So she just figured I'll go with the easier one. He'll send me money easier than Rob would. Like that was literally how she made her decision.
Yeah, and then like Tim was all like, "Oh, I feel bad for Rob," and I'm like, "Dude, Tim, you don't need to feel bad for Rob. Rob is getting asphyxiated with the amount of pussy he gets these days."
Well, right, Tim, you should be yourself because you left with no pussy and no girl. Like Tim, you should be worried about you. Rob was banging, and actually, we kept hearing rumors that women were just leaving Rob's room randomly every night.
Mhm.
Rob don't need any sympathy from nobody. He was banging everybody he wanted to bang at that resort.
And then like this isn't really epiphany is too strong of a word, but like the other day I had like an epiphany. It's not really an epiphany, but I was just thinking, I was like, the one thing that's kind of shitty about being like a 90 day, you feel free to agree or disagree, but like the one thing that's shitty about being like a 90 Day Fiance blogger or influencer type is like you would think if you have like clout in the 90 day community, it would result in like female fans being into you as a blogger type. But it's like, but if you think about it, the actual cast members are so accessible and so gettable. Like, why would a hot chick want to go for a blogger if they could actually fuck like the cast members? So that's kind of works against us.
Well, yeah, Colt will send his dick to anyone who asks. So I
Mhm.
guess like it is harder because yeah, the cast members are fuckable, right?
Yeah.
Like it's possible. But I do get hit on every now and then, like in my DMs. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna lie, I do like more frequent than not. I do every now and then, which I think it's cute, it's flattering or whatever. But yeah, you're right. It probably would be more beneficial if the cast members were like Vanderpump Rules or Love Island people that don't even read their DMs. So then we would be all that they could get access to. So it would be easier. But yeah, now that if you DM Tim, he might DM you back, right? If you DM Elise, she will definitely DM you back. So yeah, nobody is gonna DM us because they could just talk to the people on the show.
Yeah, so that's working against us. But anyway, that was just a little that random thought that popped in my head the other day. I'm sure Gina has that problem with all the dudes
Who,
talking
me?
at her.
Oh no,
You know,
no,
gotta
no.
fight off.
I just get randoms from like nowhere land where I'm like, oh no, I've seen 90 Day Fiance. Block. Oh, you're from Jordan? Block. Oh, you're from Nigeria? Block.
Oh,
Uh,
you don't want to get converted into a Muslim wife and then wear a burqa? You don't want to do
do
that?
I have do I have stupid written on my forehead?
Tiger Lily likes it. I mean,
Well,
you could be told that you're worthless and that you have to do whatever some guy tells you to do. That could be your
You do know who we're talking about here. Tiger Lily has a brain of the size of a peanut.
that might be being generous though, Gina. It might be smaller than that.
Okay, yes, we have to be nice to Tiger Lily
I
because
refer to
she's
her
a
as
fan of the like
I
the
refer
show.
to her
Okay.
as a single cell organism. That's just me. But that's just me though.
By
Oh,
the way,
can we talk about the bracelet situation? So okay, so within 20 minutes of Elise trying to bang Rob, she gave him a bracelet to try to mark her territory. And
mhm.
Rob obviously didn't wear the bracelet any other time after she put it on. He took it off. But what happened was it ended up on Jen's arm.
Mhm.
So Elise's I think Gina, you called it Timu bracelet, ended
I
up
called it a Timu communal bracelet.
communal bracelet. It ended up on Jen's arm, and then Elise, in true Elise fashion, had to make a huge scene and be like, "Oh, you're wearing my bracelet. Can I have it back? And why would you even want to wear my jewelry?" Is it me, or is everything Elise does, it makes her look even more desperate?
Mhm.
Like every time because she's like, it's weird that you wear my bracelet. I was like, it's weird that you would bring it up because it's more embarrassing how she got it. Because I was like, you gave it to a guy that didn't even want it nor you. So I was like, it's more embarrassing to tell people how she got it than her wearing it. And I was like, I'm embarrassed for you that you had to tell everybody on the boat that it was a failed hookup. Is how he got the bracelet. You were so desperate. You were trying to give him jewelry to bang you, and he still wouldn't bang you. And now you want to tell the whole boat what happened. Like, I feel like you should have some things that you keep to yourself.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's weird because I mean, she's an attractive woman, but she is like also a walking embarrassment at the
She
same
is
time.
what do you call it? She is a self-hating, dead
She's kind of
inside.
like Tim if Tim was a hot chick.
Yeah, yeah, and it's funny because I think that she is good looking, but she doesn't have the self-worth to back it up. Because people will only treat you the way that you allow them to treat you, and I think Elise allows people to treat her like she's worthless. So that's why. But Jen doesn't allow people to treat her that way. Jen is not better than Elise in any way, but Jen just doesn't allow people to treat her like that. And I think Elise has to learn how to teach people, how to treat her. People will treat you as in any way that you allow. And if she continues to allow men to bang her and then say, oops, my bad, I tripped, fell, and landed in your coochie, then that's how they're going to treat you, right? Like you can't allow people. And then at the end of the day, she still made it look like she was going to give him a third try after that. So yeah, she's got to learn how to love herself. Love your own coochie, right? Before no one's going to love your coochie until you love your coochie, Elise. And I feel like you don't love it.
Yeah, no, I know we kind of we touched on it. You touched on it earlier, but like as far as the whole Carlo picking Elise, and then I think he got called out as saying like what he said to Elise in that moment was what he had said to Tiffany the day before, and it was like super cringy. And he just tried to play it off, and like it was just like very cringy and cheap.
Well, he got caught and then he kind of started nervous laughing and then he was just like, okay, you caught me. And
Mhm.
it was
He
really,
started backpedaling.
yeah, it was cringing. You could tell that he was grasping for straws. He's like, I have to leave here
Mhm.
with someone. I can't leave alone, which I understand that it's even more embarrassing that you have to leave alone. Like you go there and all these people, there's like 30 randoms and then there's all these other people and nobody wants you. That's embarrassing. I get it. But the idea that he thought that he could and he said it earlier, I don't remember which episode it was, that he had been playing the fence with Elise and Tiffany for like most of the whole season. So remember when he said that he had to take off his shirt for that sexy bingo challenge? He said that he threw the shirt because Elise and Tiffany were sitting next to each other. He said, I threw it in between them on purpose so each of them would think that I was throwing it to them. But he was like, I'm actually playing the both of them. Like they both think that I want them or whatever. Like he was basically trying to play them both. And in the end, he played himself because he don't have good enough game to play two different women.
Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, and if Elise had any kind of ounce of dignity, she would have just been like, "Fuck no, you're an embarrassment or something."
Well, yeah, the fact that she even entertained him, it just shows that she don't love anything about herself. And it sucks because she's attractive. She's not a shitty person. I mean, she kind of is. I don't know. I don't want to say that now because she kind of is a shitty person because she pretended to be Tiffany's friend all season and then she banged Carlo 3 times behind her back. So, I mean, I guess the end of the day, she could be a better person, but she's not an awful person, right? Like I've seen way worse.
Hmm. Yeah, she's down to, even though she's like even though she's an Instagram boho, she's still kind of down to earth though.
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like she should have left the island, or I keep calling it island. She should have left the resort with somebody, but I think it's her own fault. She spent so much time gatekeeping other people that she didn't have a chance to do anything real connection wise because she was so worried about Jen's coochie and Rob's dick and Cole's dick and Tiffany's coochie. Like she was always worried about something other than herself. And I think that she wasted her whole time on the resort on everybody else's business. And then she ended
She
up.
was the male version of Tim. She was the female version of Tim.
Yeah, Tim, you're right. Tim was definitely more worried about who everybody else ended up with and ended up having to leave the resort alone. And that's a perfect example of put your oxygen mask on first before you try to help the person next to you by putting their oxygen. You need to worry about you before you worry about anybody else. And Tim and Elise have proven that that's 100% true because now they both look stupid.
Mhm. And then
He was the cock block and she was the pussy block.
true. And I'm gonna read like I only did like 2 tweets tonight, but anyway, like I'm gonna read one of my tweets and tell me if you agree with what I said. I said like this is the end of the show where I basically said this finale felt like The Bachelor if they ran out of roses. I wanted to see who some of the NPCs would pick. Why couldn't May pull a Carlo and choose Rob? Lame. So what do you think of that?
No, I agree. I saw that tweet and I
Agree.
agree because there were some NPCs that didn't end up with anyone, and I kind of wanted them to, you know how on Love, well, you don't know, Love Island, where you could go up there and pick who you want and then make it awkward for other people. So say for instance, if May also picked somebody that was already picked, she could go up there and pick somebody and then make them have to pick again. So
Mhm.
like I did feel like they should have been given the opportunity to say what they wanted to do. They were on enough episodes that we knew their names, so they should have also been given the opportunity to say if they wanted to continue with someone or not. Also, do you remember there was a scene in the very beginning in the previews where that guy Jay was talking a whole bunch of shit about Chantel and he was like, I don't even want to know
Yes.
you. What happened? Because the show is over and we never saw that scene.
I don't know.
Because
That's a good
that
question.
guy Jay, the guy Jay who went on a date with Tiffany, right?
Yeah.
He was something happened between him and Chantel, and he was like, I don't even want to get to know Chantel. I hate her. She has no personality. She's an idiot. And he was talking all this shit about her. And now that I think about it, we just finished off the show because
Mm.
it wasn't at the tell-all. They were at the resort when he said that, unless they're gonna air it. Maybe it'll be an unseen moment that they'll air at the tell-all because I'm
What?
waiting to see that confrontation because so far we haven't seen Jay and Chantel interact at all. So I'm wondering where that anger came from.
Yeah, that's weird. The only thing I can think of is maybe what if they show it as like a between the sheets bonus scene or something.
Oh, I didn't watch Between the Sheets tonight. You're right, you're right, right. Maybe it's a bonus scene on Between the Sheets. I didn't watch this episode tonight, so it could be. Um, but yeah,
Or maybe
I
it's
was
left it on
wondering
the
that too.
cutting room floor. I don't know.
But I know that Chantel's mom and Ashley are gonna pretend to hate each other at the tell-all. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
I don't know if this is a good look for Kieran though, because it's kind of making it seem like she's anti-LGBTQ. I don't know if that's a good look, right? Like in 2025, should you really go on the show and tell people they can't be lesbians or be gay? Like, I don't know if that's a good look for her.
Well, they could have edited some stuff out, like just to keep us like waiting, because maybe like what's her face cheated on Chantel, and that's why she's going off her rockets, right? Karen, you don't know what is behind that backstory.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. It could be something different. I mean, I know that Karen is a Southern Christian woman, and you can make assumptions on how they feel about certain things, but you're right. I'm just making an assumption. It could have been something that happened that has nothing to do with them being lesbians or bi or whatever. It could just be that she pissed off Karen. It's not hard to piss off Miss Karen.
Mhm.
Right? It's not difficult. You could blink the wrong way and piss her off. So you never know what sets her off.
Yeah, then I did like when Tiffany was like, "Yeah, I'm that bitch. I own it. I know I'm a bitch."
Oh yeah, so she was cussing out Courtney,
Mm.
right? And I thought that was interesting because Courtney and Tiffany got along perfectly fine throughout the entire season. So I thought it was interesting that she's calling her a bitch and they're going back and forth. I thought that was pretty interesting. So I guess a lot of people were fake friends throughout this process, right? I think that we're seeing that a lot of people were like, I'm gonna be here for 3 weeks. I might as well get along with the people while I'm here, but they actually didn't like each other.
Yeah, I mean, it annoys me how they're all like buddy buddy on social media. All that like Carlo and Tiffany and Elise, and they're all friends on like Instagram now.
Yeah, it kind of makes you feel a certain type of way because it makes it seem like the drama wasn't real.
Yeah.
And it's annoying because it's like if you call somebody a bitch, I assume that you don't like them. It's not, like y'all are hanging out and drinking and hanging out at each other's house. So yeah, it makes me feel like it's not real drama, which is annoying. Oh, so Tim punched a TV screen. I forgot to mention that.
The one with Usman on the screen.
Usman on the screen because Usman was um pissed off that Tim had an opinion
Hmm.
whatever was going on. I don't remember what was said, but Tim basically was going back and forth with Usman, and Usman was like, "Who are you, MF? Are you? Why do you?" And then Tim punches the TV screen, knocks it down, shuts it off, and then Usman is no longer on screen, which is funny because Usman and Tim never had any issue with each other when they were physically in front of each other.
Hmm.
But now all of a sudden, now that Usman is so far away that he can't defend himself, now Tim wants to punch him.
Like I'm sure the producers they liked it, but then they're like, if you break that TV, they're not gonna like that because they're probably they're cheap, you know.
Well, right, damaging equipment. I think only one other time somebody punched a TV screen. It's leaving my mind of who it was.
Mm.
I can't put my finger on it. I'll figure it out at one point. But only one other time somebody punched a TV screen. I think they broke a TV screen. I can't remember who it was, but
Was
I'm pretty sure they frown upon you damaging property. Like I'm pretty sure because none of that stuff is expensive, and a lot of times they're renting these locations. Like they don't own that studio. They rent that studio to film the tell-alls in. So I'm pretty sure.
It'll just be garnished from their check. It's fine.
I mean, that's not. No, you're right because you don't get the check until after, or you don't get paid until after the tell-all. So yeah, actually, they could just subtract it before they do your wire transfer. So that's true. That's actually true.
yeah, you're right. Like they're not beyond being that petty.
I mean, well, you know what's funny? Usman was on live a week and a half ago, I think, and he was saying that Tim punched the TV screen.
Yeah,
And I was like, isn't that like a violation of your NDA? Because
yeah. I,
why
I saw that too.
Yeah, I was like, why are you telling us what happened at the tell-all? We haven't even seen the preview yet.
Mm.
But again, they don't seem to do anything or hold anyone accountable for NDA violations anymore. So they just let people ruin stuff. Because I was like, I wonder if Usman is still going to get paid because if you violate your NDA, technically your contract states that you forfeit your payment. So I'm wondering if he's still going to get paid. But like you said, they don't really do anything. People
They have bigger fish to fry. Like Love Island is eating him for lunch, so they need to put their energy on that.
Yeah, yeah. And did you see this is not really, well, I guess it is Hunt for Love related a little. There's a rumor going around online that Usman is engaged to a woman that lives in Georgia. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah,
No.
a bunch of people kept sending it to me and they're saying, oh, Usman's engaged to a woman who lives in Georgia and they're filming.
Mm.
So this is a rumor. I did see the stuff that people sent me. I don't know how true it is. I was looking at it and there's nothing in it that makes it validated that they're filming for a show for 90 Day Fiance. It would be difficult for me to know if he's actually engaged to somebody because I don't even know who this person is. I don't know if this person has been to Nigeria because I'm pretty sure you can't get engaged over the phone. And
Mm.
pretty sure Usman can't come here. But that's the latest rumor. They're saying that he's gonna be on another season with another woman on.
Oh, a white
It
woman?
could be just a paid actress.
Well, right. I mean, again, none of this is validated or we don't have any real proof of that. This is just what people are on Instagram and TikTok are saying. I
Yeah.
saw the stuff that they sent me. I'm not convinced of it, but I mean, we did just see him on the show, and TLC and Sharp when they put you on a show, it's for marketing purposes. So they're usually advertising something that's coming. So if he is filming, it would make sense. But again, I haven't seen anything that is pointing in the direction of that being true.
I think I don't know. Yeah, with this administration, being a Nigerian guy coming is going to be even harder.
Well, right. Well, not only that, but he's been struggling even before this administration. He's been struggling to get a visa to the US. You know, two different women that he's been with have all applied for a visa for him and he's been denied.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
look how long it took Michael to get here. Well, not here, but into the United States.
6 years to get his visa approved, which I think is the longest in 90 Day Fiance history, actually. I think
How many years?
I think it's like 6 years.
Okay.
And I think his visa is the longest in 90 Day Fiance history to get an approval. No one's visa has taken as long as Michael's.
Mm.
So that says a lot. And again, to this day, I still don't know how they got it approved because he was denied before in the beginning too. So I have no idea what Angela did, but I'm pretty sure she regrets it now because it was already denied. So I don't know what she did to get it approved, but she probably wished she didn't do that.
True. All right. Do we hit all the bases?
I
Feel like we did.
think we did. Think we did. All right. So, Gina, did you check and see how long the tell-alls are?
Oh, keep talking. I'll look.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's a 2 hour tell-all, 1 hour tell-all, but I just know we're getting two of them.
True. That's a good question.
Yeah, so just to brace ourselves of how much of a commitment they're asking for. I don't feel like we need 4 hours because I feel like the season wasn't that eventful that we would need 4 hours to tell all. So I think 1 hour each week would be sufficient. So fingers crossed.
Did you see when Elise had like her boob out on accident?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yes,
How do you not know? How do you not feel the cold air? Like, how do you not know? Because she's just chilling,
If-
talking, like her boob isn't hanging out.
well, if they're fake, then maybe she doesn't feel them.
They're fake boobs. You can still feel air on your nipple, right? Like, I'm pretty
You
sure the nipple
always feeling air on him because she's like topless in Miami and shit.
Well, in Miami, it's hot. Like, for instance, if you're in Florida and you feel cool air, you notice that because there's not a lot of cool air in Florida. So, like, if you're inside and in the air conditioning and you start feeling cool air, you should notice that right away. Like, I don't know. That's just me. I don't have boobs. So, you know what? At the end of the day, guys, I don't know if I would know if my boobs are out or not because I'd have to be a girl to know that. But I thought I just assumed she would know that her whole titty was hanging out. I just figured she would have knew.
Mhm.
So unless my TV guide hasn't updated yet, but it looks like the tell-all is from like I think it's like from five my time to 7. So I think it's 2 hours.
Oh no. Okay, but it could be 1 hour tell all, 1 hour between the sheets.
Yeah. But like this is for next week, so it hasn't updated, but yeah. But I'm trying looking on IMDb, but there's no information on the runtime. Yeah.
I mean, possibly, and I do know that there's some sort of after show to the tell all, either a between the sheets or a pillow talk. I'm not sure which one, but I definitely
Have a tell-all, then have a between the sheets after the tell-all. That seems like too like redundant or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Pillow talk. I think maybe there's a pillow talk till the tell all. Something is coming on after. But you're right. There's no
Yeah.
purpose of a between the sheets. The tell all is a between the sheets. So I'm assuming it'll be a pillow talk. So maybe the TV guide is accounting for an hour tell all, an hour pillow talk. Maybe. I don't
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
I'm gonna guess 2 hours, but I do have the descriptions of episodes. So next week it says the cast of 90 Day Hunt for Love reunites in NYC to dish on what really went down in Tulum and what happened next. No one's holding back as connections are tested and shocking truths come to light. And then the part two, it says the cast dives deep into the tangled web of hookups, love triangles, and broken trust. The secret everyone's been talking about is revealed. So I don't know what that secret is.
What secret? What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Now I'm curious because I was like, what secret are we all talking about that's gonna be revealed? Because I don't.
maybe did Jenn fuck her up? We all know at home she fucked her up, but they
Uh,
don't know. She's
oh,
been telling
yeah,
everybody
they-
else.
Yeah, you're right. They don't know. We know, but Jen and Rob lied about it all season. So yeah, maybe them showing the video of that is the big secret.
Mhm.
is the big reveal or whatever. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
True. So yeah, I guess that's it. Since it's a school night, I guess we should probably end it.
Yeah.
So I think George and I are going to be watching our Love Island reunion instead.
It's the same night or something?
Yes.
There's a Love Island reunion that comes on at the same time, and I have to watch Love Island because it'll get ruined.
Yeah,
So
well, isn't Andy hosting?
yes,
Yes.
Andrew Cohen.
hmm
And he also had a couple other people on Watch What Happens Live already.
hmm
So yeah, I'll probably watch them both. Like as soon as the Love Island is over, I'll watch The Hunt for Love. But I have to watch the Love Island first because I didn't watch the finale of Love Island. Um, I was watching it live, but somebody went and fast forwarded to the end and they said who won like 45 minutes before it ended. And I accidentally opened Instagram and I saw it.
hmm
It ruined it for me. So I was like, I kind of need to make sure I watch it live so nobody destroys it for me and ruins it. Because the internet is not sacred and people don't care. They will ruin it for you.
True, yeah. I was avoiding Twitter during tonight's thing because I didn't want it being ruined.
Yeah, people. I mean, if if you're not like watching it live, and and I don't get mad at people for live tweeting and stuff because they have that right. I just have to make sure that I avoid any information that I don't want to see. It's my responsibility. I can't get mad for people for watching it when it airs because that's what they're supposed to do. So it's my responsibility to shield my eyes.
True. All right. Well, I think that concludes this episode. Let me give a shout out to our live listeners: Coco Puff, Heather, Pineapple Girl, Sherry, Sophia, and that's about it. And yeah, that's it, I guess.
That's it.
So I guess thank you for listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays on
On a Monday.
Monday.
Peace out.
Good
Peace out,
night.
everybody.